Willkommen zum DT Video.
Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. Guaranteed quality has made the brand DT Spare Parts the leading brand in the international independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles. The complete range contains all required spare parts for trucks, trailers, and buses, including all standard window regulators. Window regulators are used for lifting and lowering of windows and enable these to be held in any position. In older vehicles, mechanical window regulators are installed, and these are operated by a window crank. In new vehicles, powered window regulators are increasingly used, which are operated by an electric motor. The window regulators are individually operated by a switch on the cabin panel. By means of a control unit for electrical window regulators, so-called comfort functions can be set up. These include the automatic raising and lowering of the windows by a short press on either the switch or the coupling of the window regulator function on the central locking. For the manufacture of window regulators with a scissors control mechanism of the DT Spare Parts brand, galvanized sheet steel is used. This way, optimal protection against corrosion is achieved. Production is carried out using a stamp bend technology in which stamping and bending are combined during the production process. This construction process ensures a high degree of form stability. The DT Spare Parts brand offers various forms of window regulators. In the case of cable window regulators, a cable drum is moved when the window regulator is operated. Both ends of a steel cable are fastened to the drum. When rotated, one end of the cable is wound up and the other end unwound. The cable pulls the window mounting up or down over a Bowden cable and a guide pulley. The cable end without tension is simultaneously rewound onto the drum. Another way to move windows is the scissors principle. Here, the window pane is moved by two lifting arms arranged in the form of scissors. The lifting arms are moved over gears, which are operated by hand window crank or driven by electric motors. When the lifting arms are in the closed position, the window pane is pushed into the uppermost position. When the scissors open, the pane glides downwards. The gearing is subjected to high forces and therefore must be particularly strong. Only high-quality and high-strength materials are used in the production of window regulators of the brand DT Spare Parts in order to guarantee a long service life. To ensure perfect power transmission, the motors are equipped with a high-strength, sintered gear wheel. Window regulators of the DT Spare Parts brand are characterized by a high-quality finish. Accurate spot welds and precise riveting during the connection of individual components ensure perfect functioning over long periods of time. The sliders on the ends of the lifting arms are made of high-strength, low-wear plastic. The sliders of the DT Spare Parts brand have a special fit. This ensures a firm seating while, at the same time, the ball socket can move freely the ball head. The precisely pressed attachment points, which are in part equipped with a screw thread for problem-free screw fitting, ensure easy assembly. With window regulators of the DT Spare Parts brand, polarity reversal is excluded due to the secure plug connections, which are tested for perfect fit. In addition to complete window regulators, the complete range of the brand DT Spare Parts also offers all standard accessories. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com or on the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time. Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. As a leading product brand in the independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles, DT Spare Parts offers a complete range for trucks, trailers, and buses. The range encompasses all required spare parts in guaranteed quality, including all standard air filters. Air filters remove soot, pollen, fine dust, and other particles from the air. Through the efficient and reliable filtering, air filters ensure an optimal air-fuel mixture and thus provide for a constant engine performance. Filters of the DT Spare Parts brand are designed in such a way that they fit perfectly to the filter housing. In this way, deformation of the filter is prevented, and the air can circulate efficiently through the air filter. The decisive factors here are the dimensions of the filter, the choice of materials for the individual components, as well as the stability of the inner and outer wall. To guarantee high filtration efficiency, the filter media used in air filters of the brand DT Spare Parts are specifically tailored to the individual vehicle application. For this purpose, filter types made of composite fiber, plant fiber, paper pulp, felt, and flame retardant materials are deployed. To increase safety, more and more air filters of the DT Spare Parts brand are being equipped with flame retardant material. The basis of the fire retardancy is a special resin with which the cellulose filter material is impregnated. This treated filter paper can indeed catch fire, but goes out immediately. Engine fires, for example, which are caused by burning cigarette ash that has entered the air filter through the inlet port, can thus be prevented. In addition to air filters, the brand DT Spare Parts also offers all standard cartridge filters, change filters, and cab air filters. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com or on the mobile website. Users of smartphones and tablet PCs will automatically be guided to the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time. Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. Guaranteed quality has made the brand DT Spare Parts the leading brand in the international independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles. The complete range contains all required spare parts for trucks, trailers, and buses, including all standard shaft seal rings. Shaft seal rings are used for the sealing of vehicle components with rotating shafts, for example, in engines, gearboxes, and axles. Sealing with shaft seal rings avoids leakage of fluids, such as oils or grease. By reliable sealing of components, a longer service life is achieved. In addition, environmental pollution and the danger of accidents caused by leaking oil are prevented. The DT Spare Parts brand offers a variety of shaft seal rings for all areas of application. Here, the manufacturing process, the seal lip profile, and the materials used are optimally matched to the respective application, so that a reliable, long-term seal is guaranteed. The basic structure of the shaft seal rings is based on the standards DIN 3760 and DIN 3761. The range of the DT Spare Parts brand includes simple shaft seal rings with only one lip, as well as versions with several lips and additional dust seal lips. Special forms, such as cassette seals or ABS rings, are also included in the range. In order to achieve an optimal oil seal, the sealing lips are pressed into the sealing surface by an annular spring. By accurately specified pre-tensioning of the spring, additional wear on the sealing lip and the sealing surface is reduced. A recent innovation are radial shaft seal rings with a sealing lip made of special PTFE material. Due to the material and the molding, PTFE sealing lips have a predetermined pressure and require no additional annular springs. Due to its structure, the PTFE material has an extremely high resistance to chemicals. The sealing lip is self-lubricating and can be used at extreme temperatures up to more than 300 degrees Celsius. For the assembly, a mounting ring made of cardboard or plastic is usually supplied so that the PTFE mounting lip is not deformed during installation. Unlike other materials, PTFE must in no case be greased, otherwise tightness is no longer ensured. To enable professional installation of PTFE shaft seal rings of the DT Spare Parts brand, mounting instructions are included. In addition to the shaft seal rings, DT Spare Parts offers all other standard articles for the repair and maintenance of engines, gearboxes, and axles. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com or on the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time. Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. As a leading product brand in the independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles, DT Spare Parts offers a complete range for trucks, trailers, and buses. The range encompasses all required spare parts in guaranteed quality, including all standard kingpin kits. Kingpins are safety-relevant components and are used to connect axle and wheel. For easier maintenance and repair, the DT Spare Parts brand offers repair kits composed of all the components required for the exchange of kingpins. Different kit components are used depending on the construction of the steering knuckle. Kingpin kits are composed of kingpins as centerpiece of the steering knuckle, slide bearing bushings, and roller bearings. Depending on the area of application, the kits are additionally equipped with oil seals, thrust washers, O-rings, shims, and lubrication nipples. To ensure a long service life, all components are precisely matched. Critical for the optimal functioning of the kingpins are the plain bearing bushings. These are adapted to the use of the vehicle and can be made of a solid material, such as slide brass. Plain bearing bushings made of solid material require more space, but are more resistant to external influences, such as contamination or shocks. They are characterized by good emergency running properties. Polyoxymethylene-coated plain bearing bushings are characterized by their excellent frictional properties and require low maintenance. The composite plain bearing bushings consist of a rolled tin steel back with a sintered tin bronze layer and a firmly anchored coat of polyoxymethylene. For optimal absorption of grease, lubricating pockets are integrated into the covering layer. Plastic plain bearing bushings are created by an injection molding process and are produced to very tight tolerances. The good thermal properties and the addition of fillers during production ensure maintenance-free, dry operation. In some cases, needle bearings are used instead of plain bearing bushings. They are characterized by high load capacity in spite of small space requirements. In addition to kingpin kits, DT Spare Parts also offers further spare parts for the front axle, such as wheel hubs, wheel bearings, and repair kits. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com. Users of smartphones and tablets will automatically reach the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time. Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. Guaranteed quality has made the brand DT Spare Parts the leading brand in the international independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles. The complete range contains all required spare parts for trucks, trailers, and buses, including all standard oil pressure sensors. In modern trucks and buses, oil pressure sensors monitor the oil pressure in the motor oil and transmission oil circuit. The measured pressures are recorded in real time in the control unit of the vehicle, evaluated, and used to optimize engine parameters. The result is fuel-saving, low-emission, and more efficient engine operation. The oil pressure is recorded by the oil pressure sensors via a sensor element. Due to changing pressure, a thin aluminum oxide membrane on the sensor is deformed. This change is converted into electrical voltage and reported to the control unit of the vehicle. Modern oil pressure sensors of the DT Spare Parts brand have temperature compensation. When measuring the pressure, the effects of the ambient temperature are compensated, leading to precise measurement results. The maximum deviation from the actual oil pressure is well below 0.5%. Oil pressure sensors of the DT Spare Parts brand fulfill the high quality and safety standards of the automotive industry and enable a long-term function under all operating conditions. They are designed for a temperature range from below 40 degrees Celsius to more than 150 degrees Celsius and deliver accurate measurement results even at extreme ambient temperatures. During production, small and light components are used. The components are securely fastened to a high-strength printed circuit board with special tin solder. By this method, a high resistance to vibration is achieved, which ensures a long service life of the oil pressure sensor. The connectors of the sensors correspond to protection class IP67. They are protected against dust and splash water and are secured by a special plug connector. The cable connector made of PU provides maximum resistance against environmental influences and is thermoplastically sealed at the ends. Seal rings made of fuel and oil-resistant FPM reliably protect the inner circuitry against moisture and dirt. Furthermore, oil pressure sensors of the DT Spare Parts brand are RoHS compliant and contain only environmentally friendly materials. During assembly, the stable brass housing with extra thick walls reduces the danger of damage caused by excessive torque. All threads are of high surface quality and correspond exactly to the required tolerances for optimum fit into the threaded hole. In addition to oil pressure sensors, DT Spare Parts offers all further sensors for trucks, trailers, and buses. For example, ABS, EBS sensors, rotational speed sensors, temperature sensors, level sensors, boost pressure sensors, and wear sensors. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com or on the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time. Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. As a leading product brand in the independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles, DT Spare Parts offers a complete range for trucks, trailers, and buses. The range encompasses all required spare parts in guaranteed quality, including all standard wheel bolts. Wheel bolts are safety-relevant components and are used to connect wheel and wheel hub. The high-strength connecting elements are available in different versions according to application. Depending on the form and characteristics of the wheel hub, different wheel bolts are used. To ensure a safe hold, the wheel bolts are countered with matching wheel nuts. Production of wheel bolts is carried out by cold forming. Here, the raw material in the form of wire coils is previously stress-relieved to the required outer diameter. A blank is sheared off from the roll by machine and further processed. Increased strength and improved surface quality is achieved. Wheel bolts of the DT Spare Parts brand are available in all standard variations. The following examples show wheel bolts in the grinded version, spiral wheel bolts, as well as spiral wheel bolts with environmentally friendly geomet coating. In the case of the grinded wheel bolts, a specially formed area on the bolt head ensures security against rotation. A press fitting ensures that the bolt is held securely in the wheel hub. Spiral wheel bolts of the DT Spare Parts brand have a material-optimized press fit and are characterized by low wear during assembly. Due to the pressure grouting in the elastic area, bolts and wheel hubs can be reused even after repeated assembly. A further version of the bolt differs in the surface coating. The geomet coating enables a constant tightening performance with a first use and after repeated use, as well as optimum protection against corrosion. The use of chrome-free geomet also conforms to environmental protection requirements of the EU End-of-Life Vehicle Directive. Through the use of high-quality wheel bolts, both the safety and reliability of commercial vehicles is increased. Particularly in the case of safety-relevant parts, installation should be carried out exclusively by trained specialist staff. When replacing the wheel hub, the vehicle manufacturer's recommended tightening torque, for instance, must be observed. In addition to wheel bolts, DT Spare Parts offers all standard wheel hubs, wheel nuts, spring rings, and washers. All articles required for the replacement of wheel hubs are also available as complete repair kits. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com or on the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time. Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. Guaranteed quality has made the brand DT Spare Parts the leading brand in the international independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles. The complete range contains all required spare parts for trucks, trailers, and buses, including all standard spring brake cylinders. In the case of pneumatic brakes, spring brake cylinders convert the energy of compressed air into mechanical force and motion. They are a combination of diaphragm brake cylinders and a spring brake chamber and are primarily installed on the rear axle. During braking, the compressed air presses against the diaphragm in the brake cylinder so that the push rod is moved forward by the piston. Hereby, the diaphragm brake cylinder acts as a service brake. When the pressure in the diaphragm brake cylinder is reduced, the diaphragm and the push rod are pushed back by a spring into the initial position. Due to the spring brake chamber, spring brake cylinders also serve as parking or auxiliary brakes. In the case of a pressure drop in the pressure reservoir, the parking brake is mechanically actuated by means of a strong spring. The release of the parking brake takes place by reapplication of compressed air, whereby the spring is pushed back into the driving mode. If a spring brake cylinder is gradually vented using the hand brake valve, it can also fulfill the function of an auxiliary brake. Spring brake cylinders of the DT Spare Parts brand undergo extensive quality controls to ensure perfect functioning. These include visual inspection, inspection of the surfaces, performance tests, as well as dimension and leakage tests. Brake cylinders of the DT Spare Parts brand are manufactured in accordance with DIN standards and undergo various stages of production during the manufacturing process. A special aluminum housing, as well as a zinc-nickel coating, ensure optimum corrosion protection and a long and safe service life. When replacing the spring brake cylinder, the contact surfaces must be undamaged and clean. The connection and fixing screw threads are to be tightened to the torque provided by the vehicle manufacturer. In addition, a cleansing of the compressed air system must be carried out. In addition to spring brake cylinders, DT Spare Parts offers all standard diaphragms and repair kits. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com or on the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time. Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. As a leading product brand in the independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles, DT Spare Parts offers a complete range for trucks, trailers, and buses. The range encompasses all required spare parts in guaranteed quality, including all standard cylinder head gaskets. Cylinder head gaskets seal off substances such as coolant, oil, or combustion gas in the engine from each other and from the outside. They are exposed to ambient temperatures of up to 300 degrees Celsius and pressure of up to 200 bars. In the combustion chamber, they can withstand combustion gases with temperatures between 1,800 and 2,500 degrees Celsius. Cylinder head gaskets of the brand DT Spare Parts are gas and oil tight, low distortion, ductile, coolant-proof, and resistant to the chemical effects of lubricants and coolants. There are various manufacturing methods for cylinder head gaskets. Metal elastomer compounds are characterized by good separation of the sealing systems from the combustion chamber and fluid channels. The sealing lips made of FPM are elastic and adapt perfectly to the fluid channels. Metal or soft material cylinder head gaskets are composed of a serrated mounting plate with roll-on layers of soft material on both sides. The combustion chamber passages are fitted with a metal lining. This protects the soft material overlay from the hot gases. A further design type is the metal layer cylinder head gasket. This multi-layer design consists of spring steel plates which are coordinated to the required sealing effect by different formation of the beading. The layers are either designed planar or part surface in order to be resistant to the occurring liquids, gases, and temperatures. In order to achieve optimal quality, cylinder head gaskets of the DT Spare Parts brand are tested for deformation, flow properties, compression, loading, surfacing, and adhesion. In the development phase, they are also subjected to a life test with water, oil, and compressed air. Cylinder head gaskets require professional installation. All engine block and cylinder head surfaces must be cleaned and greased and be removed prior to installation. The surfaces of the components must be accurately flat. Basically, it is recommended to replace all cylinder head screws at the same time. Hereby, the specifications of the vehicle manufacturer must be observed at all times. In addition to cylinder head gaskets, DT Spare Parts offers all standard engine gasket sets, cylinder heads, and cylinder head bolts. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com or on the mobile website. Users of smartphones and tablet PCs will automatically be guided to the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time.
Willkommen zum DT Video Podcast. Garantierte Qualität hat die Marke DT Spare Parts zur führenden Marke im internationalen Independent Aftermarket für Nutzfahrzeuge gemacht. Das Vollsortiment enthält alle benötigten Ersatzteile für Lkw, Anhänger und Busse. Unter anderem auch alle gängigen Lufttanks. Lufttanks sind Bestandteil der Druckluftbremsanlage. Sie speichern die produzierte Druckluft und geben diese bei Bedarf über entsprechende Ventile an die unterschiedlichen Verbraucher, zum Beispiel Bremsanlage oder Niveauregulierung, ab. Lufttanks der Marke DT Spare Parts werden aus Aluminium oder Stahl hergestellt. Die Lufttanks sind in Durchmessern bis 396 mm erhältlich, haben ein Fassungsvermögen von bis zu 120 Litern und sind bis zu 15,5 bar druckbeständig. Durch den Einsatz von Stahl in höchstmöglicher Güte und einer optimalen Konstruktion werden Gewichtsersparnisse von bis zu 6,7 Kilogramm gegenüber herkömmlichen Lufttanks erzielt. Alle Lufttanks der Marke DT Spare Parts werden gemäß dem Standard EN 286-2 gefertigt und entsprechend gekennzeichnet. Zusätzlich ist auf jedem Behälter eine CE-Kennzeichnung zu finden. Eine Pulverbeschichtung an der Innenseite der Lufttanks schützt den Behälter vor Korrosion. Diese Beschichtung ist für eine Lebensdauer von 15 Jahren ausgelegt. Bei Lufttanks der Marke DT Spare Parts sorgt eine komplexe Außenbeschichtung für optimalen Schutz vor Korrosion und Umwelteinflüssen. Um die Außenbeschichtung aufzutragen, werden die Tanks zunächst entfettet oder kugelgestrahlt. Anschließend folgt eine Zinkphosphatierung und es wird eine überlackierfähige Grundierung mittels Pulverbeschichtung aufgetragen. Die Schichtdicke beträgt mindestens 60 μ. Zur Optimierung des Korrosionsschutzes auf den Gewinderingen wird eine Planflächenlackierung durchgeführt. Um eine gleichbleibend hohe Qualität von Lufttanks der Marke DT Spare Parts sicherzustellen, werden umfassende Tests durchgeführt. Hierzu zählen Druckprüfung, Korrosionstests und Schichtdickenprüfung. Um die Korrosionsbeständigkeit sicherzustellen, werden Salzsprühtests durchgeführt. Die Innenbeschichtung wird hierbei mindestens 400 Stunden und die Außenbeschichtung mindestens 1000 Stunden lang getestet. DT Spare Parts bietet neben Lufttanks auch alle zum Austausch benötigten Zubehörartikel, zum Beispiel Schlauchleitungen, Entwässerungsventile oder Spannbänder. Das Vollsortiment der Marke DT Spare Parts enthält alle Produkte, die Sie zur Fahrzeugreparatur benötigen. Die passenden Ersatzteile finden Sie zum Beispiel über die Online-Schnellsuche auf dtspareparts.com oder auf der mobilen Website. Ersatzteile und Kataloge der Marke DT Spare Parts erhalten Sie über Ihren Fachhändler vor Ort. DT Spare Parts. Genuine Quality, Durable Trust. Vielen Dank und bis zum nächsten Mal.
Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. As a leading product brand in the independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles, DT Spare Parts offers a complete range for trucks, trailers, and buses. The range encompasses all required spare parts in guaranteed quality, including all standard starter motors. Starter motors are used in trucks and buses to start the engine of the vehicle. In order to ensure the reliability of commercial vehicles, the engine must be safely started under all operating and environmental conditions. For this purpose, the starter motor must bring the engine up to a sufficient rotational speed within a few tenths of a second. To start an internal combustion engine, two parallel acting magnets of different strengths in the magnetic switch are activated via an auxiliary relay when the ignition key is turned. The magnets shift the pinion gear of the starter motor, thereby tensioning a spring in the magnetic switch. The pinion gear meshes into the flywheel of the engine, and the magnetic switch closes the contact to the starter motor and starts it. The anchor of the starter motor accelerates the flywheel over a planetary gear and the pinion gear and thus the crankshaft of the internal combustion engine until this is running automatically and the ignition key is released. Starter motors of the DT Spare Parts brand fulfill the high quality and safety standards of the automotive industry. The starter motors withstand extreme climatic conditions and cover an ambient temperature range from -30 degrees to more than 60 degrees Celsius. To ensure a long service life and optimal functioning, All components of the starter motor are manufactured from high-quality materials. Markings on the housing enable clear identification and traceability. Starter motor pinion gears of the DT Spare Parts brand are made of hardened special steel with high surface quality. The chamfered tooth flanks of the pinion gear ensure perfect meshing in the flywheel. Damage to the pinion gear and the flywheel are thus avoided, and the power of the starter motor can be optimally transmitted. The ball bearing housings are manufactured in an aluminum die casting process. They contain high-quality ball bearings, sealed on both sides, to enable perfect functioning of the starter motor. By the use of high-quality shaft seal rings, the internal parts are well protected against moisture penetration. The rear housing also contains a ground or earth connection and a condensation drain hose for ventilation. Only highly resistant pinion gears are used for planetary gears of the DT Spare Parts brand, thus ensuring long-term functioning of the starter motor. The magnetic switches have connection threads made of copper, which provide very low contact resistance. Due to the low resistance, a loss-free power transmission is made possible and heating up of the contact points avoided. The starter motor carbon in the carbon brush holders are manufactured from special carbon and enable a long service life, even with frequent startup operations. In the carbon brush holder, there is also an over-temperature sensor which switches off the starter motor during continuous starting and thus protects against overheating. In addition to starter motors, the complete range of the DT Spare Parts brand offers all other spare parts for engines. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com or on the mobile website. Users of smartphones and tablet PCs will automatically be guided to the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time. Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. Guaranteed quality has made the brand DT Spare Parts the leading brand in the international independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles. The complete range contains all required spare parts for trucks, trailers, and buses, including all standard gear shift cables. Gear shift cables transmit forces from the gear shift lever to the transmission. As soon as a gear is selected or changed by the driver, the gear shift cable transmits this mechanical impulse to the transmission. Tensile forces of up to 7 kN are transmitted over distances of sometimes up to more than 4 meters. The range of the DT Spare Parts brand contains over 30 different gear shift cables suitable for various vehicle models. The cables are available in 2 versions. One version is intended for use in the linear track. The other version is meant for the lateral track. For each version, several variants are existing, which differ from each other in length and in the position of the end pieces. Gear shift cables of the DT Spare Parts brand consist of numerous precisely coordinated components. By maintaining close tolerances for each component, the perfect function of the gear shift cable is guaranteed. An essential part of the quality control is the verification of compliance with the tensile strength. The optimal sliding contact between wire core and sheathing ensures extremely smooth running. The perfect functioning is supported by the use of a special oil directly on the wire mesh of the gear shift cable. To ensure perfect operation and function of the gear shift cables, the following details should be observed during installation. The length of the gear shift cable must comply with the specifications of the vehicle manufacturer to avoid tearing, breaking, or canting. To facilitate installation, the cable ends and the sheathing are marked with different colors. This enables the selection of a suitable gear shift cable. please refer to the installation instructions supplied with the product to ensure proper laying and fixing of the complete gearshift cable inside the vehicle. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example, via the online quick search at dtspareparts.com or on the mobile website. Articles and catalogs of the DT Spare Parts brand can be obtained from your local specialist dealer. DT Spare Parts. Genuine quality, durable trust. Thank you, and until next time. Welcome to the DT Video Podcast. As a leading product brand in the independent aftermarket for commercial vehicles, DT Spare Parts offers a complete range for trucks, trailers, and buses. The range encompasses all required spare parts in guaranteed quality, including all standard tensioner pulleys. Tensioner pulleys provide precise guidance and constant belt tension in the belt drive. They can either be mounted rigidly or combined with the tensioning elements to belt tensioners. Tensioner pulleys increase the warp angle on belt drives and thereby transmit higher performance. They enable a change in the rotational direction of the connected aggregates. In combination with belt tensioners, they also compensate for operational belt stretching. Tensioner pulleys of the DT Spare Parts brand consist primarily of ball bearings and belt tensioner. The ball bearings are filled with heat-resistant grease and are perfectly sealed on both sides. Various materials are used in the production of belt tensioners, depending on the technical requirements, for example, deep-drawn sheet steel, turned bar, cast steel, or polyamide 66 with glass fiber content. Tensioner pulleys of the DT Spare Parts brand are designed for a maximum temperature of up to 120 degrees Celsius and 6,000 RPM. The precision-machined contact surfaces of the belt tensioner ensure optimal installation of the drive belt, low wear, and minimal operating noise. The groove shape of the belt tensioner is adapted to the V-rib standard ISO 9982 and DIN 7867. The defined convex surface of the counter-pressure roller without ribbed V-profile keeps the belt in the center position and so enables optimal guiding. The removal and installation of a new tensioner pulley should be carried out by skilled specialist staff. When replacing pulleys, it is recommended to replace the belt tensioner as well as the belt. In addition to tensioner pulleys, DT Spare Parts also offers all other standard articles for the belt drive. All spare parts required for replacement of tensioner pulleys are also available as complete repair kits. The DT Spare Parts brand offers all articles required for the maintenance and repair of commercial vehicles. Suitable spare parts can be found, for example,